That takes too long. What remains of Edith Finch? No. Start menu. Straight into the action. Took too long setting up the feed. And now we're looking at the book. Edith Finch. And I don't like calling these titles walking simulators. That really grinds my gears when games like this are called walking simulators. But here we go. Edith Finch. Read your book. Read your book. What? Read it. R1 instead of
a lot of this
X, okay.
Makes sense to you. And I'm sorry. I'm just gonna start at the beginning.
You do that then. Let's start at the beginning. That was a great place to be. Can we run? No, we don't want to zoom in. We want to run. No, we don't want to zoom in. How do we... I don't care about your book right now. How do we run?
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
How do I run? Down we go.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Let me guess, they never were. What's with your hand? Second time you've seen it. Whoa, where's my feet? Where's my feet? Where's my feet? There's my feet. Awesome, got our feet. No trespassing.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Awkward. Yeah. Open. Open sesame.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked.
Your eyes.
Maybe she thought I'd know. She thought the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Oh, can we go two ways? Can we go two ways? Let's go this way. Let's go, I guess, the wrong way? Or wrong way? Who would you say is the right way? It's the left one, not that way.
Truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it.
Why not?
Family that only the house knew the answers to.
Alright, Edith. Whoa. You almost died there.
The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent.
No, they're
As
not.
if they're about to say something, but they never do.
There's frogs. Birds. You. Now. Let's play a game of b-ball, shall we? B-ball. Guess both ways came to the same conclusion, but there we go.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
So you didn't want to come back to it, but you've been dreaming about it. Make up your mind, will you?
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
But now you can, because you're an adult. Who's missing? Is that Milton? Milton!
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Doodum, 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 doodum. Gary's potting mix plus fertilizer with my macro mix. If they don't have a selling tagline, I'm available for voicing.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It
Nope.
didn't. Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
Hello, Edith. Glad to see you made it. I hoped the key would open the garage. It didn't. Recyclables only. Trash, no recyclables. Thank you for stating the obvious. Hello. What's that? Wind chimes, can we touch the wind chimes? Nope. Gonna make us break into the own house we've inherited.
The doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Saving? Oh no, what's gonna happen? Smoky forest.
For the first time in years,
Yeah.
I felt like I was home.
Welcome home, said the house.
Instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
A lot of books, a lot of fishes.
Like how a big restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese on
That's a bit, you know, hilarious of all the cookbooks around. All these cookbooks. Let's order in.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
Edie.
It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but some of the furniture. My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Here we go.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Maybe you should start clearing it out then. Setting stoof.
Great-Grandpa Sven bought a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
He's not nice. He's not too sweet. Nope. Okay.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Milton!
A lot of things got left behind when I did that last night.
With sealed door. What's behind the door? Who's behind the door? Let me guess, the key will not open this door.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Told you. It's gonna be the last possible room.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Damn you, Edie.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Spooky. Anything you can do, I can do better. Gregory.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
What a wonderful childhood you had. More books. Edie. Sven.
The last time I was in Edith Senior's room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Do you still have the portrait, or is it in here? I want to know. Will you be my girl? Barbara Finch. My friend.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Barbara. go up to you in a minute. Let's go to one of our Barbara.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Well, that's nice to know. Yeah, come here, you handsome
Edith's
chap.
father, Odin, built the original house.
Wow, informative. Backstory. Narrative important.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
Why would you want to seal up this room? It's your beautiful room.
Passages, but I never believed him.
Oh. More or less the last room. I perhaps expected it being
my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
In or out.
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Here we go. Can I pick up the crane? Nope.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Oof. Dark.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan, but I had no idea what was behind that door.
Ghost. Ghost of the past.
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Skip to the text. Or narrative.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
These bedrooms are beautiful. But obviously it was not going to be as it seems. Yellow. See about Molly Finch.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
The first thing you see is gerbil. Can I eat my gerbil?
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
It's just been in poop. Oh, guess hard times.
My Halloween candy was all gone.
Oh no, any other food you got hiding around here? Wait, we should gerbil. Oh, maybe it's in the drawer higher. So gerbil food is fine when you need must. Anything else? Please don't eat the toothpaste.
I kept eating and eating. I ate a lot of things that night.
Oh good. Turn around, toilet. Interactive toilet.
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
And there was a little birdie.
It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her.
Bitch died.
And suddenly, I was a cat.
Hold on. Excuse me. Flip. Just flip me. How do we get from a... Where do we go? Over here. How do we get to a
I
cat?
tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
I think you had too many berries. I think she's stoned. Okay now. Hello. Hello. Come here, buddy. Come here, you. I'm gonna get ya. I'm gonna get ya. I'm
I
gonna...
jumped and I
Nope.
almost got her.
Now I'm come. Oh dear, back we go. Oh, up, buddy, up. Ah, shoot, now where? Oh, up here. Up here, surely. No. Great hollow tree. Wonderful. Where are you gone? It's on the table. Are you flown away? Flew away? Flew away. What's that bird gone? That's still there.
I could tell she was getting really tired.
Could you?
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
Yummy, yummy bird. Delicious dinner. Yeah, up we go. Come here, birdie.
I gobbled her up.
I'm gonna thank you. And fell from the tree.
Suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
What's in the grass? Oh Christ.
Rabbits.
Where? Where? Give me up. Jesus Christ. Up we go. I is not great at being an owl. So yeah, this game should not be called, even though I guess it'd be minor spoilers, Walking Simulator. Should be a... Oh, where's that field gone? Cat Simulator, Owl Simulator. I need me some... There's rabbits. Oh, there's rabbits. Now I'm coming for you. Yoink.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Like a fox. Like a fox. Elephant. What are we gonna get, Molly? What are we after?
A mama rabbit.
I thought you said mama rabbit. I thought you said something bigger. A mama rabbit would be bigger, I suppose.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating.
And I did joke.
I was a shark.
In a tree. Shh. Look out below. Shh. Oh Christ. What? Shark should not be on a mountainside in snow. There we go. Make it to the water.
I rolled off the
that was
cliff
close.
and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Doo-doo. 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 How do we go down? How do we dive? Doo-doo. 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 Doo-doo.
I
Come on.
wanted fat, juicy seals.
Okay. Nice imagination you got there, Molly. Oh, here we go. Diddum, 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 diddum. Did I consume you? I thought that would have been enough. Another one. Where's the seals at? Where's the seals at? Come on, where's the seals at? See one. Where's another one? Oh, there we go. Come here, you. Nope, down. Down, 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 down. Where's it gone? There it is. Yoink.
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Oh, 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 oh. Dee-doo, 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 dee-doo. Come here, you. Meow. Oh, fail. Botchamania. Where's it gone now? Great. Lost it. Oh, there it is. Down. Jesus, it's hard being a shark. And go
I
beep.
grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water.
And became.
When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
What are we now? An octopussy?
Now I was a monster. I smelled people everywhere.
Okay. Oh, you're an octopussy. Right, there we go. Where's the people? Where are the people at?
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Hello, you. Goodbye, you. Nice knowing you. There we go. I'm a monster, 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 monster. Yoink. I'm a monster, 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 monster,
I wanted
monster.
to stop, but
Munch.
also I didn't.
I'm a monster. Munch. I'm a monster. Munch. I'm a monster. Munch. I'm a monster. Munch. I'm a monster. Munchy, munchy, munch. I'm a monster. Munchy, munch. Right, here we go. Whee! Munchy, munchy. Hello, you. Goodbye.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have.
And the whole planet.
So I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
That's what all tasty things are. Old pipes. Sliver simulator. Sliver, slipper. Can we go around? You can go around. Let me guess. We're going to meet Molly.
I got closer and closer.
Oh dear, look. Molly. Molly. Where you going, Molly? I'm hungry. Where have we gone?
All my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to be, and we both know I will be delicious.
Delicious. Well, Molly, thank you for your story.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Doink.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
away from Molly. Gonna have the birdie there.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories.
No way.
Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Ooh. Easy not telling. What are we now?
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom.
Full
Edie
handprint.
knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
Oh, that's good, isn't it?
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Edie, a psychic.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious. I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
My friend Bigfoot, which is the film from Barbara.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
Good old Edie.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Evil. Still a dragon.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Nice bathroom.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
Just a bit. Sure, there's a book over here. A diary or other book. Bill's
The room is
house.
like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
Brought the house with you. Of course it's not going to leave behind.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
Told you. Had I told you.
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island.
Orcas Island.
Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
That was quick.
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Look at that smile. And the baby's like, nope. Can we go back? No, we'll just skip back all the way through to the first real. There we go.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Long, long, long way. Back to 1880. See if we can find some more about this family. Nope, not that way. Nope, can't get back out there, okay. Hello, what's this? Didn't expect that. Bird. Purpley. Lurpy. Derpy. Derp. Bob. What's the snake? Bit of a change from bird, snake. Built 1937. Where now? Oh, here we go. There's a secret in this bathroom by Sven and Edith Finch. Let's see what this secret is then, shall we?
There's a secret in this bathroom.
Oh, it's a
It's in the
interactive
last
book.
place you would look.
It's under the sink.
It isn't in the cupboard.
Nope.
It's hidden in this book.
Oh, thank you for pointing the obvious to me. Would have never found it otherwise. Calvin Finch. Someone.
Sven gave
Finch.
Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
I guess he did eventually put it down. Strong sculpt. Fills holes and glows in the dark. Yeah. Multi-use. Here we go crawling again. Excuse me. Up we get. Who's in the room right now?
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin.
Oh, this is the one where they shared with the deceased, right? That's a cool room. Fort Sam, Fort Calvin.
And then
What-
he never
what-
talked about him.
What great respect. Just plonk. Could have put it back there, couldn't you? But nope, pick it up. Plonk. Jesus, that's hard hitting.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Mom! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
To fly.
I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Oh dear God.
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up,
Oh Jesus Christ.
then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it.
No, 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 no. Jesus,
I
stop
think
it,
he'd
stop
already
it, stop
made
it.
up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
But they're going... being killed by going around. Swing, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
The day he
Whoa,
made
whoa,
his
whoa,
mind.
whoa, shit.
And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Damn, this is a lot of bad luck.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Can we put the rope back then? Nope. I want to put a rope back. I want to be respectful, but nope. No such
Mom
doing
said
that.
Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Inventive. Pop goes the weasel. Oh, come on. Oh, it's a push, not pull. Wait, so what was this built? House built like this originally?
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Or was the house modified after? Alright, can I take a break here? Is it like, you don't have to carry on knowing about the story, especially if you want to. Go here. Because I guess we'll have to go up there eventually. Let's go this way for now.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Yeah, you never do. Dreadful stories. Guest
Of all the
starring.
stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch.
Barbara Finch.
As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just a boost.
Just a scream.
they needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
It's not like a...
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now
You got
that
shot in the eye.
was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay,
There we go,
I'm
got
hearing
it.
frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Jesus, Rick.
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks.
Gotcha.
I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue.
Death
She
scream.
reached for the music box. And
We will.
She listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Rick. Rick, baby. Ricky, baby.
Scratch and imagine the worst.
Yeah, I don't think I can carry on. Classic music. But we must.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Ricky, baby. Rick.
The old Finch rattled and grew stale.
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well,
Nope.
I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
Bye bye, Rick.
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there?
There's some men up here.
Okay, I'm coming up. But if this is a trick, we're dead, Walter.
Oof. What's this does? Back with the classics.
Walter, are you there? Walter vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and
Screamed.
was speechless.
Nope, okay.
He was quite smashing. And the end was, he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges grow.
Ka-bonk.
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Oh dear. Who do we think it is? Just who? Whom be there? Whom art thou? Disappeared, 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 disappeared. Doink!
Had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Mommy? Daddy? Is that you?
At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Make up your mind. Behind you.
Oh dear.
Monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true.
Maybe it was a
She
dream.
saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And in her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but
Barbara.
She had a taste for stardom.
And a poor taste in medicine.
So did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard. But that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box was all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
The end.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Heard a happy ending. Didn't see. Heard a happy ending. Radio. Back out we go.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
To the music box and beyond. Come on, Lodi, thank you. Well, let's give this a try, shall we? Round and 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 round. What do you know? Story is true. Barbara! Barbara, you down here? Rick, you down here? See what fridge in there.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
Yeah, that's the fridge. The fridge. Puzzles.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Sven, where's Sven's story? Can we find out about sports Sven? Nope. Guess not. Let's have to go deeper. Into the fridge.
She was hiding presents.
What was she hiding?
It turned out she was
Okay.
hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Nowhere, over here. Walter.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive the week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to
That
be
was
dead
peaches
tomorrow.
now. Canned peaches. Shaky, shaky, shaky,
If you wait long enough, you get used to it.
January 1986. Doink.
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
Ah, one's not getting peaches.
And then one day, everything just
canned peaches in 2005 stopped.
stopped.
Canned peaches and ice cream.
Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
What a healthy diet, though. Canned peaches.
It's been a
No more
week
canned
now,
peaches.
the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave. Well, I still can.
Let's go.
I know it's out there, somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week.
Or hour, minute.
I'd be happy.
Choo choo.
I can already imagine the sun on my face.
That wasn't slightly predictable.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
How dare you, Mother?
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
We haven't gone up in the attic yet. Let's go down, shall we?
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Well, don't tell me I'm near the end of this already when I missed going to the attic. Is that just for a second playthrough?
I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And and the history you're a part of.
Wait now, before we can go over that. So no, there's a red. Yeah, it looks like there's a red over there. Maybe there's a boat. A boat.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
Yeah, I'm a little lost. I missed a room.
I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
I want to go back and go to the attic.
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
The other side now, so I guess I can't go back into the house. Anyway, let's just carry on. Where now? Anything good to see over here? No. Guess I've got to reach that statue.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house? It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one.
Shadow, Cat, Christopher the Fish, Bob the Dog, Olive the Rabbit. You didn't say that, I don't know what animal that is.
3 of the gerbils are mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Daisy, Lucy, Charlie, Tucker, Coco, Burpy, Derpy, Derpy Jr., Chirpy, Furpy, Derpy, Zerpy, Zo.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Molly, Calvin, Sven, Edie, Walter, Barbara.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
That's pretty cool. Standing on top of the house. Anyway. Now what? Now there.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Sam, Gus, Gregory.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Lewis and Sanjay. Bench.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Okay, so that's who you're telling your story to. Little baby. We got some more climbing. Oh, okay. There you go. Couldn't be that
I
harsh,
never
could
met
we?
Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense.
Is this the attic or
Sam spent his
what?
life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
End war. I'll go to you in a minute. Hold on. Story over here. Sam's story. Sam.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Maybe by cockers it up. Yeah, little kitty cat. Who's your pretty kitty? Anywho. Let's go find about Sam's story. Sam. Oh, hi, Sam.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are going to last a lifetime. Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it?
No.
I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's
The
good.
spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Aw. You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Nope, okay. Let's be serious. What do you want me to take a photo of?
Definitely should not have
Oh, there you go.
that
Still
coffee.
us.
Hey!
That's the keeper.
I'm just saying, I'm not always going to be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was going to be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph?
Yeah, sure.
Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere.
There were deer everywhere. Get on it. You say deer. It's a deer.
I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time.
Oh, I don't think you could.
Give me a minute to check the map.
Alright, what do we to take a photo of?
Dad!
Good eyes,
Deer!
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of him.
Dad, I...
Don't want to do it.
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong.
And boom.
Great shot, Dawn!
I'm gonna do it! I didn't want to kill the deer. Why'd you kill the deer for?
I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay? Sorry, Dawn. Just gotta reset the timer.
Oh shit.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Oh dear, bye-bye, Dad. That's unfortunate. Maybe you should have left a flippin' deer alone. I'll teach you, Sam. Well, I did teach you.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Seems more true. More likely to happen. Guess I don't know anyway, all these could
After
happen.
Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Gregory and Dawn. Oh, what? No, I want to read it. Okay.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Got a little froggy. Little froggy. Wee. Why do I feel like this story is going to be a sad one too? Nope. There you go.
Watching over Gregory, it's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. What his world was like.
Drink. One more. Drink. Why's the mum left Gregory all alone? Oh dear. In the bath like this. Whee. It's a bit reckless, you know, dangerous. Down, lover. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel her slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want to hear this.
Don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
About the world he saw.
Oh dear God. Oh dear God. Oh dear.
So much I don't understand.
God.
About Gregory.
Oh fuck no. That's fine.
About everything.
All is good in the world. Right?
But I know what happened wasn't your fault.
It's my fault.
I'm sure he's happy.
But being a weird book.
Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Jesus. All these damn stories.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
Here we are.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may describe.
Round. A kite. Back up we go. Look at it. Yeah, now what? Next. There we go.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Simple yet effective.
The wind picked up and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
In you go to the tent then. Let's wreck the joint. Wreck the
Rain came
joint.
down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
I wish that. What do we wish? And come crashing down. Thank you.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
Oof. It's a bit harsh.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
How many more we got? Can't be that many. Raise flag. Quite a ton. Correct. Be a baby. Anywhere now. Up here? Nope, of course not. Everywhere we go, always take the weather with you. Everywhere you go, always take the weather with you. Alright, why now? Come on, it's gotta be at least. Oh, there's what? 1, 2, 3, 4? 4 more stories somewhere? Fair enough. Well, 22 weeks pregnant, you're not going to jump down the side of the house, are you? Right, how did we get in the first place? Cross to climb from here. Oh yeah, from the tree. Can we go back on the tree? Don't look at the tree, just go on back on the tree. Somehow I must have missed some stories. Fine. Seeing as that's not an option. Finch control, okay. That's what I need. Back in here. Save it now. Was it saving before? Can't remember if it saved last time. Oh, here we go.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
India. Dawn and Sanjay. To do. Buy school books. Get suitcase. Majors, English teaching, geography. Places to visit.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
In 1987.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Milton,
And to see
Edith,
kids in the house again.
Dawn, Louis.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal. But it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Dee's castle.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings. Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What type of book is this? Jesus Christ, how many pages does this book up? Quite a fair few blank ones, it seems.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Back down we go.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Like this door. That door wasn't sealed.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out. Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Yep. More climbing we do.
Louis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
I wonder what it smells like.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Louis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Louis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery. But he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior.
Oh dear.
His mind began to wander.
Oh, don't distract me, Jesus Christ.
I asked him to describe it.
Oh dear. Oh, Jesus Christ. Multitasking.
He said he started small. Imagining a labyrinth.
There we go. I can do this.
Feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Louis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused.
See, I'm focused. I'm focused.
Like a whole new Louis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first.
Until...
He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Louis Tokyo. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery.
Hold on.
But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him. At all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won.
Mayor Lewis.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
Always humming.
He heard rumors of her.
Always humming.
Handsome queen.
Always humming, always humming.
The queen was on her own quest for
sinister serpents.
Sinister serpents. He followed the sound of her electric sitar.
Oops.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Hold on, let me get my fish. I'm a model employee apparently.
But
Whoa,
he was
whoa,
so
whoa.
proud of having created it.
Thank you.
In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salad, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him. We began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Little Finch.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
Push your face, bro.
His queen waited, holding his crown.
Your face.
There was only one thing left to do.
Be crowned. I stand first.
Bend down his head.
Off with his head.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Now, this way.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night. That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"Cheerio!
To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom set up the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
The thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
History.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out.
You can
It was
walk
the
to the
first
house.
and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
No, you didn't. Straight in front of you. Just keep on walking straight. Just keep on walking straight. Just keep on walking straight.
I got turned around.
Did you? I don't think you did.
For a while, I wondered. I started seeing things.
Hello dear, bye dear.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
More like a bed.
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
Oof, maybe. Who's to say?
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw
Damn
her
you,
come
mother.
to Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes and appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you.
I'm getting born right
And
now.
I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
What a massive house. Well, I can't understand. Say I understood it, but I can't say it was amazing either. One trophy. Awesome. Score. Damn, Hollingsworth. Excuse me. Thanks, Jonan. Is it because I watched the credits? In that case, yay! I'm guessing there's going to be a few more trophies on a second playthrough. May have to see what they are. If they're, what's it, secret, hidden, whatever they are, or straightforward. Infirm. Feeling infirm. Melissa Firth. Almost the same number. The surname is Finch. Peaches. Hi, Sarah. Excuse me. Want some more peaches now? Not more peaches. Did have peaches in the first place? I want some peaches. I want peaches again. Steel from Mars. Playtesters. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, too many to count already. I lost count. Nice little controller. Wonder what that's referencing. Trick or treat, smell my feet. Ooh, other. The end. The replayer story option is now available. Select Edith to play from the beginning. How do I select Edith? Okay. Okay. So let I get everyone. Yeah, there's no one missing. But why is Dawn and Edie one and the same? Honor. But I completed it. As I say, it wasn't a hugely amazing game. Some heartfelt moments, but you know, there we are. And again, I wouldn't call it a walking simulator. There were some interactions, but yeah, I suppose that falls of the genre of walking simulator. Other than that, stay fresh. Cheers, bags.